Have you ever wondered why some people, even earning less, manage to build wealth over time, while others, with high salaries and promotions, seem stuck in the same place? No matter how hard they work or how many hours they put in, it feels like running on a treadmill, plenty of motion, but no real progress. This isn't because of a lack of intelligence. It's not a lack of effort. And in most cases, it's not just bad luck. The real difference comes down to one specific financial habit. It's a quiet habit, an unglamorous one. It's something that almost no one teaches because it does unsell fast promises or generate flashy results for social media. That habit is all about time. Most people use money as a tool for relief. Money is there to solve problems, right now, to pay overdue bills, to reduce anxiety, to buy comfort, status, or the feeling of progress. It's a short-term relationship. But wealthy people use money differently. For them, money isn't primarily about fixing the present, but about structuring the future. Before making a major financial decision, they ask a different question. Not, will this improve my life right now? But, will this still work for me when I stop working? That tiny shift in perspective changes everything. While most people think in terms of monthly payments, the wealthy think in cycles. While most think in months, they think in decades. While most chase fast returns, they accept slow returns, as long as they're consistent. Here's an uncomfortable truth. The market doesn't reward speed. It rewards patience. This applies to investing, business, careers, and assets, anything that involves creating long-term value. Over time, money consistently flows from the impatient to the patient. The middle class, pressured by the cost of living, social comparison, and unrealistic expectations, rarely sustains long-term financial decisions. It's not because they don't want to, but because they've been trained to seek immediate validation. From an early age, we're taught to trade our time for money. Study to get a good job, work hard to earn a salary. Climb the corporate ladder to earn more. At no point does anyone stop to explain that this creates income, not wealth. Income pays for the month. Wealth pays for your life. When income increases, most people automatically raise their lifestyle. Not out of necessity, but because it feels normal. A better car feels deserved. A bigger home feels like a logical next step. More comfort feels like progress. The problem is, this behavior consumes the single most important resource for building wealth. Surplus. The wealthy do the exact opposite. When their income grows, they try to keep their lifestyle stable for far longer than feels reasonable. The gap between what they earn and what they spend is then converted into assets that generate more money, more time, and more options. Now, this isn't emotionally easy. It requires tolerating the feeling of falling behind in the short term. It means watching others consume more, travel more, and display more, all while you appear to be stagnant. But that discomfort is temporary. The advantage it creates is not. Another trait that separates the wealthy from everyone else is their relationship with predictability. Most people crave certainty, guarantees, exact numbers, and clear timelines. The wealthy, however, understand that too much predictability usually comes with limited upside. They accept calculated uncertainty, not random bets, but asymmetric risk situations where potential losses are limited, but potential gains can grow exponentially with time. This requires education, self-control, and the ability to avoid emotional reactions to short-term market noise. Most people don't lose money because they choose bad opportunities. They lose money because they can't stay in good ones long enough. They enter the right investment and exit too early. They start promising projects and abandon them just before the curve turns upward. They build solid foundations only to dismantle them at the first sign of frustration. This isn't due to a lack of ability, but a lack of patience. The wealthy understand that almost everything worthwhile has a long, silent phase. A phase where nothing seems to be working. A phase with no applause, no external validation. That is precisely where most people quit. There's also a fundamental difference in how free time is used. Most people use their free time to escape from work. The wealthy use a portion of their free time to reduce their future dependence on work. This doesn't mean working constantly. It means directing energy toward activities that accumulate value over time. Learning skills with compounding effects. Building assets that don't require your constant presence. Making decisions today that reduce your effort tomorrow. Another key difference is how slowness is interpreted. When results take time to appear, most people see it as failure. The wealthy see it as part of the process. They understand that real growth isn't linear. It's exponential, but only after a long, flat period. This difference in interpretation drives behavior. Those who think they're failing change direction. Those who understand it's just early stay the course. The one habit that truly separates the wealthy from everyone else isn't a specific investment. It's not stocks, real estate, or some online business. It's the ability to hold on to correct decisions long enough for the power of compounding to do its work. And compounding doesn't just apply to money. It applies to habits, knowledge, reputation, skills, and relationships. Everything that grows slowly at first and then accelerates later depends on patience. The problem is that our modern culture rewards the exact opposite. It glorifies shortcuts. It promotes rare, overnight success stories as if they were common. It promises speed in a world that is built on slow, steady accumulation. This creates constant frustration. People do the right thing for a little while, then quit too early. Later, they conclude that it just doesn't work. In reality, it would have worked if they had just stayed with it. Wealthy people aren't special. They simply structure their lives to avoid needing perfect decisions. Instead, they rely on repeated good decisions. They make mistakes, they adjust, and they continue. Most people make mistakes, get discouraged, and stop. There's also a difference in the tolerance for boredom. Most people need constant stimulation and excitement. The wealthy can tolerate monotony if it produces predictable long-term outcomes. They understand that boredom is often the price of consistency. Let's be honest, building wealth is boring most of the time. It lacks daily excitement, it involves repetition, discipline, and a lot of waiting. Those who need constant excitement often end up sacrificing their future stability for it. Another important difference is the separation between identity and consumption. Most people use consumption to signal their success to others. The wealthy use assets to secure their own independence. One seeks external approval, while the other seeks internal freedom. Once you see this, the patterns become obvious. Truly wealthy people rarely appear rushed. They don't make impulsive financial decisions. They don't react to every news headline. They don't panic during market volatility. Why? Because they don't depend on the short term to survive. The core financial habit is simple but uncomfortable. Prioritize decisions that benefit your future self, even when your present self wants immediate relief. It requires giving up rewards now to gain more options later. It means thinking in decades in a world that's addicted to days. It means accepting that no one will applaud the process in the beginning, but the outcome is inevitable. Those who master time will master money. Those who chase money will remain trapped by time. The system isn't unfair in this sense. It's impersonal. It simply rewards those who understand its rules. And the main rule is simple. Wealth is built slowly, then it appears suddenly. Most people only notice the suddenly and completely ignore the slowly. If you can internalize this one idea, your decisions will start to change. You'll spend less energy reacting and more energy structuring. Less time chasing shortcuts, more time strengthening your foundations. Less comparison, more consistency. The habit that separates the wealthy from everyone else isn't a secret. It just demands what few are willing to give: time, patience, and discipline without applause. And that is exactly why it works. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more videos on building a life of freedom and purpose. See you in the next one.